Konnichiwa and bienvenidos a mi casa. I don't speak Spanish very well. It's been a hot minute since I've done a video, but today we're gonna do some taquitos, as you can see by the accoutrement we see here. But we're gonna be making it with some ground turkey. It's gonna be ground turkey, potatoes, and onions in the medley. And after that, we're just gonna wrap it up in a tortilla, drop it in some hot oil, fry it up really nice in our nice handy dandy wabi-sabi purchased Japanese fryer. And we're gonna make some homemade Mexican rice. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, so right now we're gonna go with a pound of ground turkey. You can get it anywhere. We got this one from Walmart. It looks like this. Nothing really to write home about. And we're gonna mix in some paprika, a little bit of paprika. Hopefully you have a better measuring device than I do. A little paprika in there, and then some cumin, not a whole lot. Some basil leaves for flavor. You're not really gonna see it because it's gonna get wrapped up in the tortilla. Some pepper, a little bit of salt. There. Add some onion powder. And then some garlic powder. That's a lot. So after that, you just mix it up, and then you're gonna dice up some onions and potatoes. You're gonna mix it all together medley, and you're gonna wrap that in the tortilla. So we'll get to that next. Alright, so right now we're dicing the onions and the potatoes. I've never been really good at dicing, so these are really big. So you want to get these as small as you can. Now, granted, they're filler. It's filler for the taquito, so it's okay if it's a little bit bulky. But you gotta remember, you're gonna wrap it in a tortilla this big, so it's about 6-inch diameter. So you gotta make sure that you get it as finely packed as possible, because you're gonna mix it all together and then scoop it up. But one potato, we've got about 1/4 of an onion here. We're gonna take some of this onion and throw it inside the saucepan here. And the saucepan is gonna serve as the base for our Mexican rice. Alright, so we have diced up the onions and the potato. We've mixed it in with the ground turkey, and now we're just mixing it all together to make sure it gets all the seasoning spread out. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to set this aside. We're going to start heating up the oil and the tortillas, and while we're doing that, we're going to get everything ready for the Mexican rice. Alright, so now we've come to the part where we're going to start sauteing our onions and our garlic and get the Mexican rice going. What I did to get the saute started was use some coconut oil, and then after that, once it's nice and brown, we're going to introduce the rice. We're going to get that nice and brown, and then we're going to put in the tomato paste, and then whatever seasoning that we got. And instead of like doing complete 100% water, what I recommend, and what DadTheNoob recommends, is use some stock, either chicken or beef. We're going to use chicken, and that's going to add more flavor to the rice. We're going to heat it up to simmer, and then we're going to reduce it and then let it cook slowly. It takes about 20 minutes, and we're going to add some cilantro in there. You can garnish the rice with peas and carrots. I have none of those things because I'm ill prepared, but I recommend you try it because it is delicious. Alright, so right now we got the rice going. It's getting brown. It's supposed to be golden brown. I honestly can't tell if it's golden brown or not. It's getting there. But we've been cooking only for about 10 minutes. Over here we got our skillet where we are heating up our gold corn tortillas. And the reason why you want to heat them up before you start putting the mix in there is because it makes them more pliable. If you start throwing the fill in and they're not warm, they'll break, right? So this increases the structural integrity. And we're also heating up our handy dandy fryer right here. We got 1/2 mix olive oil, 1/2 mix regular corn oil. It should make for a nice golden crisp. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our fill, we're gonna take one of the warm corn tortillas, right? And then we're just gonna put some in the middle like that. I don't know what I'm doing, so just bear with me. Okay, that's wasabi crying. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and just roll it up. And there's your taquito. All right. So we're gonna set this aside. It might be worth putting a little bit of butter or some sort of margarine or something on the outside, just that way it sticks and it doesn't fall apart when you put it inside the oil. but a way to mitigate that is you get some metal tongs like this, and you put it in there, you hold it while it cooks, and then the heat from the oil should keep everything together. We'll see, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Alright, so instead of tomato paste, it's tomato sauce. So we're going to throw the tomato sauce. Turn down the heat a little bit. Alright. And then we're going to add some chicken broth. And then we're going to add a little bit of water to it. And then we're going to just let it cook. I'm going to mix it up real good. Let it change the color of the rice. We put about a cup, 2 cups of rice in here. And then we'll add a little bit of water just to make sure it's not overpowered by the flavoring of the chicken broth. And then we're going to cover it up and let it cook. We got to let it simmer. So low heat's probably the best way to go. It's supposed to go for 20 minutes because you want to have the rice the opportunity to absorb all the water juices there. And then put your cover on. Let that sit. And now, the moment of truth. So again, roll them tight. And we put the taquitos in there. This is going to be a slow process because I've never done this before, and I want to make sure that the tortillas adhere. But that sound right there is the sound of all the moisture inside the onion, potato, and the ground turkey cooking. And there, we just want to crimp it. Right, that's probably the best practice there is crimp it so that way it sticks. And then you can let it sit there for a hot minute. And then you transition to the next one. So same thing. If you're not comfortable with how your roll went, it's okay. There's only happy little accidents. There's no such thing as mistakes in the kitchen. Just like painting. That's what Bob Ross had. So here we'll just hold it and let it cook. That one's already popping open. So you gotta babysit it a little bit. If you're not really good at rolling tight taquitos, if you've never smoked weed or rolled a joint, you're probably not going to do well here. As you can tell, I've done none of those things. But we will do our best to make this work. We'll be back. As with most things in Dad the Noob's experience, nothing ever works out the first time. And then we call our mom. And Mom the Noob reminded us, yes, you don't want to overfill it, but what you want to use is toothpicks to hold the taquitos in place. So that when you drop them in the fryer, they don't pop open, as we're experiencing here. These are still going to be okay, but the filling, as you can see, is going to float out. You're going to still have some loss as a result of the frying process, but it shouldn't be like a lot. It shouldn't be overly dramatic. But it comes back with experience, and that's what we're getting here. We are fumbling our way to success. Fumbling forward on our way to success. All right, bye. Again, when in doubt, ask yo mama. The toothpicks, holding it down. Tighter roll. Look at that. Golden brown. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, we're done. So we're going to take the most slightly irregular of the taquitos. Pretty big. And then we're going to add a little bit of the guacamole that Mrs. The Noob recommended we make. It was pretty quick. I've never made it before, so here we go. Nice and crunchy. I like my guacamole a little bit more sour and tangy, but that's to taste. This is really good. Again, ground turkey, potatoes, and onion, a corn tortilla. It's awesome. This is our homemade Mexican rice. Didn't really get to taste it yet. Nice and fluffy. Yes. I like it. I'm sure Mrs. Noob will have her opinions because she's the expert. I am the protege. Anyway, it's been a lot of fun making this. It's real quick. It takes about an hour, all told, once you have everything ready to go to get this dish complete and to the table for serving. Until next time, friends, I've been Dad the Noob. You've been you. Stay super duper awesome and make sure you explore your culinary limits. Take care. Bye.